Hi everyone, welcome to this neural vertex training video. In this video what I'm going to do is teach you how to backtest the neural vertex using the recommended trading set files that we have ready for you to download. Now for demonstration purposes I'm going to use ICM or IC Markets. They're a very popular broker and a lot of people have asked if they could have the set files for this. So for demonstration purposes I will use the IC Markets data feed, and we can use the Pacific set files. Okay, so what I'm going to do is log into an account, an IC Markets account. I'm going to load up the neural vertex as I showed you in the previous videos, and also the set files as well. So I will see you there already logged into your MT5 account. Okay, so I'm all logged into my IC Markets account, and I've got the the 5 recommended set files. I'll probably be missing one there, but not to worry, I can always load that up later. So how do we actually backtest and make sure that the neural vertex says what it does on the tin? Well, basically what we're going to do, if you've not backtested before on MT5, then the good news is that all MT5 platforms are relatively the same and they will work in the same way. So the first thing what I'm going to do is at the top here where it says view, I'm then going to click on the drop down menu to what we call the strategy tester. So we click on that. Now with this video, if you do get stuck, you can rewind the video. I'm going to go quite slowly, so excuse me if you are already quite familiar how this works, but this is mainly for people who have never done this before. Okay, so what you will be presented with to start off with will be something like this. Okay, so don't click any of this. What we're looking for is where it says settings in the middle of the page. This is what we're looking for. Now obviously we want to test the neural vertex, and we need to make sure in where it says expert in this file here, this little drop down menu, we come up to advisors and the neural vertex will be there. There might be other ones, but the neural vertex is definitely the one what you want. So you double click that and that will load up that. Now as we're on the GB pound versus the Japanese yen, we'll use this as an example. It doesn't really matter, they're all pretty good, but this one, well, we'll just try it. I've not done this one, so we'll try it. So this is what we call the dragon, the GB pound versus the JPY, and what we do is we obviously, if it's not defaulting to that, you go and find it. Okay, it will be there, double click and it will load there. Now you'll see that we are using the M5, the 5-minute chart, so we need to make sure that we've got the 5-minute chart relevant to here. And the custom period, well, what we can do here is set this to whatever time range you want. I'm going to do it since the beginning of 2020, so you can give a real good overview of how this is performed over not just a couple of weeks, months, but also years as well. So this is, you know, for 4 years and 8 months, because today's date is the 14th of August 2025. So we can set the date range, we can have last year or whatever, or a custom period, and then all we do is just click in here and set your date range of what you exactly want to actually backtest. Okay, so the next one, it says forward. No, we're going to leave that. And also where it says delays, okay, we can leave that to its default 0 latency ideal execution. Yours will default to every tick. What we want is every tick based on real ticks. Okay, so we want to see what the market's done in the past. Now obviously what we're going to do is this account is $100,000, so we want to match that up with the deposit. So we've got 100,000 in here, and the leverage with IC Markets you can have up to 1 to 500 leverage, but I want to make this a little bit more difficult for it, so I'm going to bring the leverage down to 1 to 100, and where it says optimization it defaults to disabled. Okay, so keep that as it is. Now the next thing what we're going to do, next to the settings okay, is what we call inputs. So if you click on inputs, this will bring up all the inputs for the EA. Now what we need to do is load up the relevant file which you've downloaded and add that in. So if we just click anywhere in here and click load, okay, then what we're going to do, we're going to get the files that we've had. I'm just going to delete these out like so. I'm just going to delete these one by one. I've already got these in here because I've already obviously been doing other back tests and stuff. But you'll find now what I'm going to do is just, I'm bringing up these. This is what I've downloaded to my local machine. So all I'm going to do is just press on my keypad, Control A, then Control C, and then I'm just going to minimize that, and then in this one where I'm actually in the IC Markets account, I'm just going to right click and paste, and you can see they all load up. Now for the back test purposes, we are using the Dragon, the GB pound versus the Japanese yen, so we need to make sure that we get the right one. Highlight that and then click where it says open, click that, and that will load up all the relevant information like so. Then we can go back to settings, and if we look all the way over to the right hand side, you'll see where it says start. Now I'm just going to start this running. Now depending on how fast and how capable your local machine is, your computer, if you're doing this for the first time from your brokerage, it may take a few minutes for this information to come across. And the reason that is because all the information has to be downloaded the first time. As you can see, the graph here, I've just clicked on graph, you can see this is actually working. But what I'm going to do for the purposes of the video, I don't want to bore you to death, I'm just going to wait for this to get across and finish, and then I'll pick up the video, then we can have a look at how the details of the back test. Okay, so that's taken on my machine about 3 minutes. Like I say, because it's a really long back test of 4 years and 8 months, obviously that's taken a little bit of time. If you do it over a shorter time period, it will take less time, obviously. Okay, so you can see the graph is a pretty decent one. It's come all the way up, and if we look at where it says back test here, click on that, then you can see the actual results of what we have. So in that time, it's made $112,000, or $112,588, and this is just on one pair. You will be running 5 or 6 different pairs on this. The drawdown for this one pair was 4.5. This is the balance drawdown, and the equity drawdown was it's 4.53 and 4.41, which is quite good. The most important thing is the profit factor, 2.25, which is very, very good for any expert advisor. And obviously with it being optimized by AI, then all this details has been looked at before. So that's very, very good, guys. Now obviously what you can do other back tests on different pairs. The sad thing about MT5 is that you have to do each pair individually, which is a bit of a pain. So if you wanted to do another one, you have to go and find another pair. Now the recommended set files which we have given you doesn't mean that you can't trade other pairs. We've just given you the best ones which we found using AI. You can use it on any different pair. It's entirely up to you, and you can do your own back tests. If you do find a great one, then let us know, because obviously we can let everybody know that it's all about sharing information and making this the most successful EA on the planet. That's what we're looking to do. So there you go, guys. It's pretty easy. It's like I say, if you do get stuck, make sure that you rewind the video and just follow every single step which I've done. The main thing is when you get to the inputs, just make sure that you load the relevant set file, because otherwise it won't work and you'll just get some really weird results. And then just run the back test over whatever period you want. You can do that here, and make sure every tick is based on real ticks. Okay, you want real information rather than just not real, if that makes sense. And obviously your relevant account sizes as well. Okay guys, so any questions that you might have, you can obviously get hold of us via support, but it's quite easy to do, and it's very, very impressive, guys. You'll find that the back tests on this are just off the charts, really, really good. Okay guys, see you in the next video.